So yes, let us talk about this Nollywood film that hit YouTube about a week ago by Ruth Kadiri, and it has been making a good number on YouTube. I mean, when I stumbled upon the movie, it had over 5.2 million views, and as at the time I came back to actually sit down and watch the movie, it had almost 6 million views thereabout. So I was quite curious about the numbers, and it had 22,000 comments. So, I mean, my curiosity just went off the roof and I decided to see the movie. So, the movie is called Better Half and it features Chidi, Dike, Uche Montana, and a few other actors. But Chidi, Dike, and Uche Montana played the lead characters. And, Chidi played the character of Kanye or Kennedy. He played a dual character. And Uche Montana played the character of Sia. So Nosia happened to be a university lecturer who looks like she's happy at what she does. She enjoys teaching. That hot, good looking lecturer that just knows how to dress, and she has a very good relationship with the students, and she knows what she's doing. She's enjoying her job, she's in her lane, and she's good. And then we had Chidi's character, that's Kanye, in the other side, a student of our class. He has his eyes on her basically, and ever since he had his eye on her, he made it a mission to make her his wife. So the story all kicked off from where we saw that, okay, Sia already had a boyfriend who she was faithful and committed to. According to Uche, she hasn't met this boyfriend of ours, but they do talk on the phone. And even when he's not the one calling, it's a tad bit difficult for her to reach him, but she was good with it. They had a good relationship. She was in love with him and she felt like he loved her as well. She had this roommate who I didn't get her name. I think her name was Maria, yeah, or something. I'm not sure. But the friend, you could see that the friend loved her, the friend has her best interest at heart, they have this good chemistry and all that as friends, and they are good. So Kanye happens to be a student in our class, but he has his eye on her, and he knew that approaching her directly wasn't going to work. So later on in the story, we found out that he had the Kennedy that Sia has been speaking to on the phone, has fallen in love with, because she did complain to her friend Maria that whenever they are on voice call, the conversations are great, she's enjoying it, she loves speaking to him, but when it's a video call, the chemistry is off and all of that. That was where I started getting icky about the story. Like, what is this story all about? And in the comment section, everybody's raving about it. And I'm just like, I don't understand. So, this story grew up to the point that they did get engaged before she later realized that um Kanye and Kennedy are the same person. I mean, this guy will go all out to buy a gift. She'll get a surprise gift at her doorstep. He got her a car. He will send her money. He even sends money for the introduction. I mean, the Kennedy guy online. And then when it was time for their introduction, he claimed that he missed his flight and he couldn't make it because the story he told her from the beginning of the relationship was that he's based abroad. But Kanye, the real guy, I mean, Kanye, the student, is a very calm, cool, collected, witty person. To also run his grandfather's company. He's been raised by his grandfather, but I want to believe his father has passed on all that story. But we could tell that he had a great relationship with his grandfather, throwing jokes here and there. You see him being invested in the family's business, the company, and just feels like school was just that thing that he needed to get off the road. He's actually a man who has lived up to responsibilities and who is proving himself day after day that him being 25 doesn't mean he's a young boy, and doesn't mean he's less focused, or doesn't mean that he doesn't know how to handle responsibilities. Basically, I'm just trying to say that the fact that he's in school doesn't mean he's not man enough. Do you get? So all of these things, in playing Kennedy behind the phone and being Kanye to her, the grandfather told him like plainly that he's not in support of it, but Kanye was like, this is his best shot at connecting and growing with her, because he knows that if he comes to her as Kanye, as student, she's definitely going to turn him down. So when all things went AYR, that's when I started buying the story, to be honest. I was just like, okay, I think it's making sense now. But yeah, I honestly things I liked about this film. I liked the acting. The chemistry between Kanye and Sia was very, very natural. It was very, very good. I could see the possibility of them being together. I could see the possibility of that scenario, that storyline happening in real life, even though it's not a much explored story or a much explored plot. And the crazy thing is, this is the reality of some people out there, you know. But most times, it's usually the man older and lady younger. But we can't deny the fact that there would have been people in Kanye and Sia's situation. I mean, where the guy is younger than the woman. So it's a story that I feel like Nollywood hasn't explored so much. And I think that was why a lot of people loved it. And the chemistry between them was great. It was phenomenal. The soundtrack as well did something. I mean, the soundtrack was good. Between Kanye and his grandfather was superb as well. And the chemistry between Sia and her friend was also good. There was just a lot of positivity going on in this film. Who do I think you see this movie? If you're a fan of Ruth Kadiri, you should definitely go knock yourself out. There happens to be a lot of movies on our channel as well. I'll leave the link to the movie in the description. If you're a lover of Nollywood film, Nollywood movies tend to perform well on YouTube, which is really, really interesting. You see a lot of people going online to burn their data to watch Nollywood film. So if you're a fan of Nollywood film, especially YouTube Nollywood movies, go knock yourself out on this channel. If you're a lover of love, even though I wasn't buying the story, I found myself smiling here to here with their chemistry. I felt like I didn't like the approach Kanye went towards gaining Sia's heart. I still found myself smiling from here to here. I just felt like a part of me felt like Kanye was being selfish, was being manipulative, but I mean, they say people do anything for love, but I mean, I felt some type of way, but at the same time, I still loved their story, and I think I got over it considering the fact that Sia actually did love him, regardless of who was on the other side of the phone. It was the personality and the person she grew attached to that she was in love with, which was still Kanye. So yeah, that works. If you think you're going to enjoy this movie, I'm going to put in the link to the movie in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you're seeing this review because you saw the movie, or you're seeing this review after you saw the movie, I don't know, that's the same thing. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to see my next review. Until then, make sure to remain happy because you're with yourself. Please subscribe and like the video. It helps a lot. Bye.